This morning we are in Matlock Bath here in Derbyshire, and we're going to go on the Heights of Abraham. Ready, get on. You can go on the cable car now.
Alright folks, you want to come through? Start pulling.
Yeah, come on then.
Here we go guys.
Cheers.
How many have we got guys?
There's three of us.
Okay. All the way around this first block, please.
Step in there. Come on. Come on then.
You go a little bit again.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
Come on then. You coming up? Come on. How many? Come on. How many? Nick, up up. So we're now on the Heights of Abraham, and Nick's on as well. Good, isn't it? Would be very good. The other ones are going to pass by now. Eh? The other ones are going to pass by. You okay, Nick? You on the cable car? Very good, isn't it?
more and step out, and it's much easier than trying to shuffle along the bench to get out. But yeah, no, I can do that for you, that's absolutely fine. Have you been before?
So we're now at the top and we can now enjoy the views. Come on. So we're at the top of the Prospect Tower. Let's head back down. Thank you.
So, welcome to the Great Masson Cabin. I'm Megan. I'm going to be your tour guide for the next 25 minutes. Before we do go underground through that door at the bottom, I'm going to give a quick health and safety brief, just so you're armed with all the information to get going. So it is 25 minutes in total. We'll be walking back through 3 cabins until we get to the top of Tinker's Shaft, where there's about a quarter mile back around. So it's a half-mile round trip. There are 179 steps to conquer this cabin. Best news for you today, 16 of them do go down. So it does mean 159 extra time. Now they're not all at once, they are staggered, so about 42 in the beginning, but there are about 117 all at once to freedom. Okay, so can you all hear me at the back? Yes. Lovely. So before we get going, does anybody actually know what type of mine this was, what they were looking for down here?
Lead ore.
Lead ore, exactly, yeah, this is an old lead mine. So they mined out the lead between the years 1590 and the year 1810, when all the lead in this hilltop was mined out and it turned to tourism. Now the proper name for lead though is called galena, and it's Greek meaning the bright or shiny one, and it's all limestone. It is. So this is all limestone, and limestone is a sedimentary rock, which means it's built up in layers, but it built up starting about 350 million years ago. But back then, if you were stood here 350 million years ago, you'd be actually stood. Who's ready to go underground?
Yeah.
So if you'd like to follow me. Can you put that on your pocket?
heading into the mines.
Slightly.
Yes.
Now all these rocks that are from here, this is covering the mine shaft. So back in the 1590s when the Walker family was here, the miners' wives would usually be on top of the mine shaft and they'd be winching up using a core, which is a bucket, all the lead. Now lead is actually quite a heavy mineral, it's 3 times denser than limestone, and then buckets would weigh about 80 kilograms. So then women at the top were very strong winching up by hand. Now you might wonder, like, how did the Walker family know that lead was found in this mine or this hillside? Well, the reason is that actually lead is quite a shiny mineral. In the grass, they started to dig down and they didn't stop until they dug all this out. So this is all dug out by hand. And you start at the top.
Amazing, well worth it. Pretty narrow and wet. Exactly, yes, it's only tiny bits on the side. Almost like that. Absolutely fabulous. Well worth coming.
in mind, this cabin is actually a naturally formed cabin. Now it goes about 90 feet to the top, and it goes 150 feet. So it is a pretty thick sludge line consistency, rich with the lead that filled every inch of the cabin from bottom to top. And that's what happened for the 10,000 years. It wasn't until 1699 a guy by the name of John Tinker arrived. He arrived at the back of the cabin just there and there. And if you see him stare, just remember to grab on somebody. Just please make sure it's somebody in there. Okay, so we're ready to light us grab. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Be my guest, but I'd also like to count down from 3 with me. Are we ready? I said, are we ready? Yes. Lovely. Say 3, 2, 1. There you go. This is the cabin. Now, other thing to mention, we take pictures back. So if you were driven home at night and wandering around the road, getting a sparkly glint in it that shines in the night, it's because it has elements of calcite in it. We also have some other calcite dunes, like this one above your head, make jagged lips. And we have a stag. So, to see the stag, you can see the two on the coming out. The body of the man matching sheet and through the legs. And other minerals we have in here is iron ore, so all the orange fringes you will see on the rock. Like this one here, for example. And also behind that rock there, that's all iron ore. And we do have just a tiny little bit of pyrite, so some full gold. If you want to see some full gold, just follow my torch and I will show you where it is. Yeah, that's right. This one took 6 years, but this was quite cheap because it was already cleared.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a sandy sludge that was left with the lead. Thank you. Just want to stop anywhere at the top there. Guys, this has been dug out all by hand, and it was dug out in the year 1703, sorry. Why we know that is because if you look up there, 1705, God, I've been having at work very long, 1705. Now that was put in, and that was by the miners themselves. And actually on the list here is all the employees that were there at the time. So we know who all of these people are. IF and MF were actually brothers. They were called Mordecai and Isaiah III, and they worked this network of mines since they were 6 and actually till they were 78, and died retrospectively 101 and 103. So there you go. TW had a less unfortunate fate. He was actually the only recorded death in these mines, and he died a day before his 16th birthday by rockfall. And BY, Bernard Young. Now let me tell you about Bernard Young. He was quite the character, because Bernard Young actually only had one leg. So he was called the hanger-onnerer, that was his job, and he was there to lift the lead back up to the top where the window were. But yes, and congrats to our fossilised shells. So that would have been next to a low-lying coral reef, and we also have some fern as well. Just there. And also the last thing to mention in this cabin is you might see this weird-looking rock. Now this is called flowstone, but actually this miners called it snot rock. And actually, this is the only solid type we have, or anything close to, because actually this whole cabin is watertight. So apart from this, when the miners put in this hole for ventilation and also to drink, there is nothing else dripping. It's bone dry. And the reason for this is that we're actually protected by a thick layer of volcanic clay that's settled over 350 million years. Remember, if you enjoyed this tour, my name's Megan. If you didn't, Dave. D-A-V-E, okay? Really important. He's hanging around as well, Dave, so really give him a shout out if you did enjoy. But thank you. Yeah.
So are you
Absolutely fabulous. Well worth coming to do.
I just finished uni back in July. So I came for the season and I'm here to the criminal back in the day. Yeah, just pick up things really.
You enjoy it, obviously. You get your fit doing this
Yeah,
every day,
exactly.
don't it?
Yeah, we need to gym. Tell you what, it's harder being up for a week coming back when you used to do it every day.
Start again, yeah.
It's actually quite hard.
Well, it's a good workout for Sunday morning.
Exactly, yeah.
I think I'll have a cup of tea and a peg now.
Yeah.
That's it. Car's burning.
It's only 50 miles from Stoke. Well worth coming here. Size of the lilies. So this is Tinker's Shaft viewing area. Come on, up, Nick, up, come on, up. Amazing views all down over Derbyshire.
Come on. Thank you.
You can have a choice for today.
Right, okay, yeah, we'll jump in On this one. Come on then. Come on then, Nick. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Up. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Up.
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 You want me to tell them to stop it for this car? Would that make it
Please.
easier?
Yeah.
Yes, of course I will. Shut these.
So we've had a great time up at the top of the mountain there. We're back on the cable cars and we're heading back. Not many people on. So it makes a little stop in the middle. So this is halfway down the hillside. Great views of Matlock Bath down that. Right over the river.